umpires decide.
I know, but the sunset minutes at 6:52 this evening. 6:52 is the sunset, and the sun is not hiding. The sun is out in all its splendor. Why play 15 overs? Why play 15 overs?
We have some clouds coming up.
No, the clouds are the clouds are far away.
And we have blue skies in between.
Blue skies, that's right.
Yeah, so the umpire came to verify with us. The scorer had already done that as well.
15 overs.
15 overs.
You know the beauty of 2020 cricket. If you cannot get the overs in, fair enough. But there's enough time because all you have to do, you use your spin bowlers.
Is it turning around in the field as well?
Yeah, you know, well, it's interesting to see what happens, Clarky.
Well, we are waiting the start of that particular game, Kelsick. I'm sure, like most Caribbean people, you are jumping for joy with the first win, even though it was close.
That's right. Yeah, but so I don't support him. Honestly, Clarky, I don't support him.
So what are your thoughts of tomorrow's game?
And, you know, that is the game of cricket, you know?
Game of glorious uncertainties.
You know, exactly. Because anything could have happened with that last over. You know? But it's a game of cricket. According to the late Tony Cozier, which you know, a game of glorious uncertainties. As we saw here just now, one ball, it takes one ball to get a batter out.
Yes.
And within 3 balls, he had 2 batters out.
Yep. Yep. So it is.
You see umpire John there is out there with the Revolutionaries.
They're getting themselves together. They're
and it's coming up just about to 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And we're looking forward for the game to start. So 3 by 4:30, you should have 20 overs completed because that'll be good time. And then 5 o'clock, close to 7 o'clock, you have 2 hours, you should get 20 overs in.
I laugh because every time West Indies win, they find a chorus to go through with. Hold us and let's take our game from Trinidad to Guyana. The team is so up and down, so inconsistent.
Very.
Now the captain is saying, or the others are saying, and all the other pundits are saying, they should play 2 spinners. But yet still they want to drop Alzari Joseph, which I find would be stupid. Charles has not done anything.
I know.
And you need to take Charles out and bring in the spinner, whoever he may be. Although they're touting Ruston Chase, I don't believe in him being in the team. Any other spinner? Rest him after this game. Rest him after this game.
But as we know, Clarky, India, they don't sit on the laurels. They're going to come back and they're going to win the others.
India will rebound.
That's right, they're going to rebound.
Who are the others in the squad?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we can understand that. But I've given him this last one and then rest him. Or you're going to rest him now and play him in the last 2?
Clarky, what I would say too, if you check these other teams, right, they have the 2020 specialists.
Who are the other extra bowlers that they had?
Right.
Because they're touting Ruston Chase. I still don't believe Ruston Chase should be close.
He should not have been in
West
the
Indies
side
team.
at all.
Shouldn't be close West Indies team. You had Sinclair, they didn't include him. Is Moti in the extras? I don't know.
And if you notice, they're Clarky too. Poor run. I mean, make up your mind who you're going to play for. He made a century in New York the other day. I know he's in the West Indies T20. You know, you're robbing someone of a selection because the thing about it is this. Who are you going to play for? That's why I always agree with Sir Viv. No, you want to play for this side, you play for this side. Don't tell me, oh, I play for you when I want to. No, that is not right.
Well, it's just the
selectors.
It's the board. The board.
Yeah, the selectors
has to give the okay to the selectors.
Yeah,
they got them spoiled.
Yeah, but
and the thing is that the players are using them.
That's right.
Are using them.
I mean, he made 55 runs, 100 and odd in 55 balls the other day in New York.
Off of what kind of bowling?
Exactly. You know, and this is what I observe, and we see the umpire is calling on the guys to come out.
Yes.
We should not have been. The umpires are out there. The other team should have been there.
Yeah.
You know. So we await now the arrival of the, we see that revolutionaries are going out. You see their captain there, Sean Hodge, leading the way. And they have what, 3, 6, 9, 10, if I can count right. 3, 6, 3, 6, 10. Oh yes, the 11th man is still on the boundary to go in. So all in all, it's going to be a very interesting game here between the revolutionaries and the St. Martin
Spartans, the GA Spartans of St. Martin.
Yeah, GM? GA Spartans from St. Martin. And I know the GA Spartans, they have a gentleman here.
We're waiting the squads, I hope they...
Yeah, and I hope they have the full squad and they can stay for the remainder of the game. Because most times they have to leave. But all in all, we're going to get Tony back here in the seat. And just to remind you that you can get Baileys and carrot cake, guava tarts, pineapple tarts, carrot cake, chocolate cake, cupcakes, ponchicuba, vanilla and chocolate, and carrot and marble cake from Morton's on this ship. And when you go to Morton's on this ship, let them know that you were sent by the commentators from the JRW. So Tony is going to come and he's going to give you the ball by ball, and I will remain here in the comment seat until John gets back. GA Spartans. So GA Spartans, the batters, opening batters, are out there in the field. Welcome back, Tony, and you're going to do the ball by ball commentary.
Certainly, and good afternoon, Frankie. Good afternoon to all listeners again. Very nice day for cricket here. Sun has been shining all day, and it's been coupled with a stiff breeze that is really cooling the players out there. And today is certainly not as hot as the other days that we would have had, Frankie. Quite humid, especially here in the Caribbean. So it's the GA Spartans, the General Auto Spartans from St. Martin, and they have really graced this tournament very well. Played some good cricket. Today again they're taking on a bit of their nemesis, the Revolutions, captained by Sean Hodge, and it's the Revolutions who would have won the toss and decided they were going to take first bowl, and so it's going to be the GA Spartans to take first. Snack bowler bowling from the Polyclinic end tosses it up. Ball just struck the batter there on the pads, maybe just trying to get a line and a feel of the ball, just to get the bowler's line and length, get the name of the bowler for you, and just a bit, tosses it up again on the leg side and just clips it down to fine leg. The fielder there just got onto it, tosses it into the wicket keeper there in Richardson, but the batsman completed a leg by. So first run, a leg by in over number 1. We're playing 15 overs this afternoon due to the late start, and umpire is Josiah John and Calvin Hughes. Bowling from the Polyclinic end. Again, we will certainly get the name of the bowler for you momentarily. Here we go. Again down the onside and swinging and missing again. Taking the pad and rolling down to fine leg again. The batters, got an edge, actually, yes, got an edge. And so the first one off the bat there to that Peters. Again, ball over is really going to very quick and fast here. Kelsick. That's the 4th ball of the over, and so far we've got 1 run from the bat and a leg by. Again, tosses it up right on line. The batter just gets into his wicket and pushes it on the onside there. That's Jacob Pauls. Fields tosses it back to the keeper, no run. Again, tosses it up. Batter just getting on the back foot and cutting that one. Is running close to the boundary and does get so now. And it's 4 good runs there to the batter there. That looks like Peters, not sure, but 4 runs there to the opening batter there for the GA Spartans, bringing the end to the first over. After over number 1, it is some 7 runs without loss. Celtic.
Yes, a very good over there for the GA Spartans. That last delivery there was a very good shot. Just getting back and playing it into the offside between points and the covers, and the ball rakes down to the boundary for 4. Good start here. 7 runs from the first over, 1 of 15. And I know that the GA Spartans, they'll be looking forward to a good score here today.
Yes, they will be looking forward to a very good score today. And because when they would have met over the course of the preliminary, that case. Well,
Casey Carty.
Well, we got Casey will be the shorter batter. That for sure I would know, and the much more. Yes, so that's Casey Carty, West Indies player, especially in the one-day tournament, Calvin. So good to have it. Well, I did see him on the team's list for the GA Spartans. Taking up the bowling from the pavilion end, or commentator's booth end, will be Oliver Screechy Walker. And he'll be bowling right arm off spin. Yes, so pretty brisk start here. Here's Walker, runs away from us now. Bowls to batter there, and it's a big heave, 6 runs. Good shot, tossed up, got to the pitch of it, and just heaved it over the long on there for 6. Celtic.
Yes, a good shot, very good shot indeed. Coming forward and just playing it straight over. We saw Pals, I think it's Pals, who was going back, and over his head into the boundary for 6. Very good shot indeed. And it seems the Spartans there are showing their intent in this match.
So the 2 opening batters there, just as we confirmed, Casey Carty and Sherwin Peters. Is that Sherwin Peters, it? And it appears as though Jacob Pauls has suffered an injury, probably maybe just not too sure if he would have just pulled something there, but certainly would be a loss there for the Revolutions. Celtic. The bowler is Oliver Walker.
Yes, it seems as though he hurt himself, and he was coming back there, and he watched the delivery. I don't know if he's fell, because we are blocked here by one of our on our left we are blocked out by the sheet of plywood, so we don't know if he hurt himself, if he fell or what. And we saw him keeping his hands straight as he passed in front of us here, and definitely something is wrong, and that will be a real bad blow for the Revolutionaries, because Paz is one of their top bowlers in this game.
And a very good fielder at that as well, too. Yes, they're going to hand the ball by ball over to the man, the voice of choice, Millington, because I have a quick engagement at 3:15 as well, Frankie. So, not Frankie's over on that side. Celtic is on my left side, over to John Millington.
That's delivery outside the off stump, and the batsman was coming forward, stroking in the offside for a single, and that's going to take the score on to the batter by 1, and the score is now on to 13, and John is going to take over the ball by ball. As in he comes now to bowl to the batter, and he's missing that one outside the off stump. Good delivery there from the bowler. Well taken by the wicketkeeper. He was going for the elegant off drive, missed and taken by the wicketkeeper. As in goes the bowler now to bowls to the batter. And he comes now And he's coming forward and he's playing that one. He's stroking it into the offside, straight to the man at extra cover. He feels well, and there is no run.
Well, good afternoon again, and it's going to be Oliver Walker to continue from this commentator's booth end to bowl to Casey Carty to this delivery. Casey Carty is hitting this one high, hard, over the top of long on 6 runs. Lovely shot by Casey Carty, the man in form. The West Indian batsman, it's Casey Carty. Oh, he hits that one over long on, and that goes away for 6. That's a lovely shot.
Lovely shot indeed. So far, 2 6s from the over. Just coming forward and stroke it nicely. Right around the corner, as John would say, into the boundary for 6. Beautiful shot indeed.
Oh, Casey Carty taps away in his West Indies pad. Here he is here, getting one outside the house. He smashes through extra cover 4 runs. Oh, not a man move. The man at cover only had to go and retrieve it from the boundary. Oh, that was exclusive. Exquisite shot.
Exquisite shot indeed.
Exquisite shot, 4 runs.
Exquisite shot indeed. Just getting back. And as my fellow commentator said, that's what we call experience. Very good shot indeed.
Casey Carty. Look at class.
Oh, yes.
Look at class.
And I hope that the youngsters that we have here look at Casey. You know, Casey's been an example and a good example for the youngsters who intend to play for West Indies cricket.
Casey Carty is on 14, the scorer tells me. And David is on 8. So David is on 8. Casey is on, and the score is 23 at the end of 2. 23 at the end of 2.
And we know, John, that Casey's a no-nonsense guy if he gets going.
You tell me about Casey Carty. I've seen him at his fluent best. I've seen him in Montserrat against the Antiguans. I can tell you about him. Here is right to bowl to David. Gets one down the leg side. Wide call and signal by the umpire. The total moves on by 1 to 24. 24. Casey Carty is on 14. And it's KD and Casey that is batting. Kenroy David and Casey Carty.
Yeah.
KD and Casey. Here is one that is down the left side again, another wide. Score moves on to 25. It is David. He's on strike. Left arm around the wicket between umpire and stumps is right ball to David. David is rocked on the paddle, out appeal. And not out, says the umpire. And the natural angle it is coming into and seem to be going down the leg side.
No maybe about that. And if you notice, John, most of his deliveries, they are pitched and going down the leg side. And that one, he was coming forward, but he was pitched going down the leg side. So umpire Calvin had no hesitation in not giving him out.
It's not out. You see, the young Raspy's on the park. He's back on the island. And here is right to bowl to David. David is leaving one outside the line of the off stump, shoulder in arms. Seeing it going through to the keeper, no run resulting. It's 25 for no loss. Here is another one outside the line of the off stump again. And over number 3. 25 for no loss. Casey Carty is on 14, and with him is the captain Kenroy David. He's on 8. Here is right to bowl to David. He's hitting this one inside out, wide off and long off, comes around and makes a hash of that one. It goes into the boundary. That goes away for 4, and the total moves on to 29. And the total, David goes on to 12. He's into double figures as well, and this is a really galloping start by the Spartans.
The Spartans. Good start here. Yeah, they're going on. And John, we could see that the Spartans, they are out for business. Yes. Because this will be, you win this game, you're into the finals tomorrow.
And the GS Spartans is here to win the championship.
To win the championship. And that will be good for whichever side wins.
Here is right to David. David is getting one off the pad. the end of the over. And at the end of 3, it's the GA Spartans batting first. In this encounter, they are 29 for no loss.
Good going here by the GA Spartans, 29 from 3 overs. Very good batting rate here. And the aim is to get as many runs as you can get in the first 6 overs. Is it 6? Now we have 15 overs. 5 overs.
5 overs.
Yeah, in the power play. So all in all, they are attacking the bowling as they go along. And as I haven't seen Pals back on the field as well. So therefore, I think that they are short by 1 fielder.
Did he get hurt?
Yeah, it seems with his shoulder, something with his shoulder. Tried to receive a ball, and then because when Casey hit that first 6, he came back, but being we are blocked by the plywood, we weren't able to see whether he fell or what. And then we saw him holding his hand going down, and they have some ice on it.
And here is Walker to bowl to Casey Carty. Bowl to Carty again. High, hard, handsome, 6 more runs. Casey Carty is targeting wide off and long on. And again it goes away for 6. I am tempted. I am very tempted to call for Carlisle Hughes. He's on 20.
Good shot again from Casey Carty. Coming forward and playing it round the corner into the boundary for 6.
Here is Walker to bowl to Casey Carty. Carty is running this one to short third and gets 1. Return comes in. He moves on to 21 and the total moves on to 36. 36 in the course of over number 4.
And John, you know, getting accustomed to those big matches, right? And the pace that he used to face. So experience will tell a lot here.
This is like nothing to Casey Carty. This is like another day in the nets for Carty.
That's right.
Showdowns. It's 36. Carty is on 21. 12 is David. Beijnut, the man has gone in at long on the long on boundary. I'm not sure I'm going to put him there for David. Casey is the one that you want him there for. Here is David. I'll get missing this one outside the off. So I'm looking to run this one past third man. Doesn't make contact. Ball going to be taken by Keithstone Richardson. Only for Walker. Moves away to bowl to David. David is pulling well. The way they just moved the man from mid-wicket boundary, 4 runs. And I'm not sure the line that he's bowling, he is no way that they're going to hit the ball long to long off. So he will be better served putting in the mid-wicket and the long on.
But remember, he's 1 short. He's 1 fielder short.
No, doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. You have extra cover. You have mid-off. So I will take out. Again, this is a good looking shot. This is going to race away 4 more runs. Oh, he's on 20, David, and the total has raced on to 44. Well, the man at backward square, for me, is not in play. He's not in play. So, mid-wicket would be the man that I will be putting in. You're asking them to go very square, going through that backward square. So I would remove that backward square. I would put in the man at the long at mid-wicket and put mid-off in the circle. Well, that's just a commentator's view. It's 44 at the end of over number 4. Good. 44, and they are scoring at 11
runs. Very good going here. Very good going. And he scored 11 runs, 11 by 15. That would be a good score. 11 5 should 5, 11 1, 11 and 5 what? 150 plus 165 or something.
I cannot do maths.
So so as we observed that the Spartans, they really come. The Spartans, GA Spartans, they come with blood in their eyes, as we would say. And so far from 4 overs, 44 runs. And the Revolutionaries, they're going to have to tighten up because they still have one more over in the power play. And from 4 overs is 44 runs. And no doubt that they're going to, the 5th over and the final over in the power play, they're going to try to get as many runs as they can get.
Indeed. So if they will continue at 11, they will get 165.
That's right.
That's a massive score.
A massive score. No doubt, I believe they'll be trying to target Casey because they have a feeling they get Casey.
It's going to be Beige-Knot. It's going to be Beige-Knot who's going to be picking up the attack from the far end. I would be tempted, very tempted, to bring Christopher Beige-Knot to pick up the attack from the Central Polyclinic end in over number 5, the final over of the power play.
Very interesting piece feeling here, John. Very, very interesting.
I'll tell you about it after this delivery. There is a man at short fine leg, short mid wicket, mid on. Here is Beige-Knot to bowl to Casey Carty, who's hitting this one through extra cover. The man at extra cover boundary comes off the boundary. That is Hughes and Phil. Casey gets one more. He's gone to 22, and the total moves on to 45. There is a deep extra cover, short turn, backward point, extra cover, long off on the boundary. Here is Christopher Beige-Knot bowls. This one just outside the off stump, just close right inside that wide line. David taps away, waits for Beige-Knot. When Beige-Knot gets there, David is driving and misfeeling there by Walk at extra cover. The man at the deep extra cover boundary cleans it up. David gets his 24th run, and the total moves on to 46. 46 for no loss. 46 for no loss in the course of over number 5. And this will have to be a chase of a lifetime for the Revolutions. Here is Beige-Knot to bowl to Carty's getting a wide. Outside line of the off some call and signal by the umpire. 47, the total moves on by 1. 47 for no loss. Casey Carty with number 18 on his back. Just returning from West Indies international duties from the one-day internationals, not playing the T20. West Indies winning the first T20, and they are on a high, only to come crashing down tomorrow. Here is Christopher Beige-Knot to bowl to Casey. Casey's driving again, can't pass Oliver Walker, who's there in the extra cover position. No run resulting. Just back of us. There's going to be a warm-up game, a practice match rather, and the under-14s. Here is Christopher Beige-Knot to bowl to Casey Carty. He's walking this one off his pad down to mid-on. He gets 1. He moves to 23, and the total moves on by 1 to 48. 48 for no loss. Kenroy David, the captain, waits for Christopher Beige-Knot as he taps away. Waits for Beige-Knot to this delivery. He is pushing it up wide of extra cover. The return comes in, and looking for overthrow, but it is backed up well by Waldemar. The man Waldemar Brooks, Rasby Jr. And that is, there's no run. There's 1 run there, no extra run. It's a 49 score. 49. Casey Carty is on 23 and David on 22.
Another good over here for the GA Spartans, pushing the score along and finishing the power play with some 49 runs without loss. Very good going here, and as we mentioned that with Casey Carty and David there, they're going to try to push the score along, as this is a very, very important match for both teams, and I know they would want to get as many runs as possible on the board.
49. That was a very good over. An over that conceded some 5 runs.
Yeah, that one limited them. That over limited them.
Among the mayhem,
That's
you
right,
got an
which was
over.
the last over of the power play.
Yes, just 5 runs. Here is going to be a bowling change from this the commentator's booth end. It is going to be the signal comes now from the umpire that we are out of the power play. Phase 2. It's going to be Mark Gukaran, number 22 on his back, who's going to pick up the attack from this commentator's booth end to bowl to Kenroy David. David taps away, waits for Gukaran. Gukaran passes the umpire, ball to David. David is advancing and hits it down to wideish long on. He gets one. Casey Carty is coming back and he's going to get there too quite easily.
Good running, very good running indeed. So the 50 is up.
It's 24 to David. David goes to 24. 42 for no loss. 52, sorry, it's 51. Not sure what's going on there with me. It's 51. Here is David. You're hitting this one down to deep extra cover. Yusuf Hodge is in attendance. Score moves on to 52. David moves on to 25 scorer. 25 is David. 23 is Casey Carty, who comes on to strike now for the first time from Mark Gukaran. Say welcome back Frankie Clarkson in the comments chair. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Casey. Casey's getting this one on the one that is drifting, getting off the inner edge. More down to the toe of the bat as well. No run resulting. Gukaran again to bowl to Casey Carty. Maroon pads, maroon helmet, taps away, waits for Gukaran. Gukaran is getting this one. He's running down to third man, a short third, and gets one. That was no run.
The non-striker was on the ball.
Yes.
That's what you do in those games. Non-striker was on the ball. Carty saw him coming and he came through.
Yes, Casey Carty moves on by 1 to 24. David is on 25. It is a 53 for no loss over number 6 in progress. 15 over the side. Here is Gukaran to bowl to David. David is hitting this one in the air. Nobody's going to get it. No one wants it anyhow. There's one. They're coming back for a second one. Yusuf could not get around. The man at deep extra cover could not get around either the long off. And so David moves on by 2 to 27 and the total moves on by 2 to 55. 55 for no loss over number 6 in progress. Here is Gukaran again. Right arm over the wicket. Off spinner to bowl to David. The man at a long off has been moved to his left. Just a touch. Here is Gukaran to bowl to David. Bowl to David. Wide outside the line of the off stump. That's naughty for a spinner. Very wide. Pulling down on that one and pulling. You can see the arm. It came. It fell away. It goes one total. It goes on by 1 to 56. 56 for no loss. Here is Gukaran again to bowl to David. Bowl to David. To this delivery. David is standing tall and walking it off his body. And right was diving away to his left. Couldn't stop there. Single. And the over comes to an end. And at the end of the over, it's a 57. 57. David is on 28 and some 8 runs off that over.
8 runs off the over. Sensible shot there though, the full toss, and instead of going for a whack, he just played it safely down in front of him into the gap. Nice approach. Experience is showing here, and it's going to be interesting to see in the next 2 overs what the approach is going to be like. But the experience is showing here for these 2 senior players. I call them senior players.
They are indeed. Kenroy David. And there is still a Leeward Island batsman to come still. Sherwin Peters is still there to come.
How many matches did he play? He didn't play much.
He would have played a few fair bit.
In the earliest?
Yes. Sherwin Peters. It's going to be Christopher Bagenard to continue. Bowling to Kenroy David. over number 7. 8 to come. After this one, here is Beach, not to bowl to David. David is sitting this one down to deep extra cover. It's Hughes who comes off the boundary. Fields and good running. Very good running there.
Easily too.
David moves
they have
on
not
to
put on
30.
a substitute for Pearls. They only have the extra person.
You can only put on what you have. Here is Beach not again to bowl to David. As umpire Hughes bowl to left arm over the wicket, bowl to David. David is working it to short mid wicket. He gets one more. He is at 31 and the score moves on to 60, 64. No loss. 64 no loss in the course of over number 7. Very good start here by the Spartans. General Motto Spartans, General Otto Spartans out of St. Martin. Here is one that is trying to walk off the pad, Casey Carty. Ball ricocheting off the pad. No run resulting. Score remains on 60, 64. No loss. 64 no loss. Revolution looking to restrict Spartans to get a blue total. Here is Beach not to bowl to Casey Carty. He's getting a good delivery. Yakalent delivery. Can't do anything else but digging it out. Coming down hard on it. Good bowling by Beach not.
That's sensible batting. You respect the bowler.
Yes. Every ball on its merit. He taps away and he waits for a Beach not. Here is a delivery that is walking off the pad. This is going to go into the fence. You can give up the chase now as it goes into the fine leg boundary. That goes away for 4. And Casey Carty marches on. He is on to 28. And the total moves on to 64. 64 it is for no loss. 64 for no loss. And over number 7. These are very familiar. This is a very familiar ground to Casey Carty. It's home for him. Casey Carty.
I can urge the crowd to come out tomorrow.
Yes.
He's hoping that they all will have their players tomorrow.
Yes.
Come on out and see him.
Casey Carty on the West Indies Anguilla St. Martin player. Here is Christopher Beja to bowl to Carty. Carty is walking this one off his path straight to fine leg. No run resulting. That's the end of over number 7. And the end of 7, and the Spartans, they are 64 for no loss.
He held his head high in agony, knowing that he did not get the placement that he wanted. You know, and that's the way you react when you're walking towards getting something, you didn't achieve the goal, you just react and you go again.
Well, it's the closest some persons may get to a West Indies player. We have the likes of Umari Banks with us. We have Jamal Hamilton. Here is the next. Casey Carty.
Oh, yes.
He's with us. Come out and witness some really glorious cricket if the Spartans will go on to win this game. And then he will be in action again tomorrow by the grace of God, right here in the finals up against the Foreign Stars.
Yes.
So you have to come out and see Casey Carty, the son of
Keith Carty.
Keith Carty.
The mighty, what do you call him? I don't know his calypso name. Can't remember.
The Repeater.
Oh,
Is it the Repeater?
Yes. Repeater. Going on the train, on the plane. I remember that song, popular song.
It's going to be Matt Gukaran to bowl over number 8 to David. And David taps away, waits for Gukaran. When Gukaran gets there, David is hitting it in the air. He could be caught here, you know. He could be caught. Bejnat takes the catch. A good one too. Bejnat takes the catch. And David goes. Catch Bejnat, bowl Gukaran for 31.
Well, it was a tossed up delivery, and it did not get on the way he would have liked. And so a good wicket for them to have. Good bowling by the young man. They've gotten a breakthrough. So let us see if they can put some added pressure on the the Spartans team.
A very good catch there by Beijnot. Was under some pressure, but he took the catch and took it well.
Comfortably in the head.
Yeah, so it's going to be the
I thought
break.
it was going to go over his head, but the wind played a role in that.
It's going to be
Take the water break.
Water break. Wicket falling in the 8th over. And at the break, it's Spartans. They are 64 scorer. 65, yeah, so 65 for 1. And 65 for 1. 65 for 1 and over number 8. The new batsman is showing Peters.
Once he must is having a chat with Casey.
Yes.
Young Rasby.
Yes. They would have all played youth cricket together.
Yeah,
while them are Brooks.
Yeah, I was with him. When they was at the under 15, I saw them come to primary school and then to the under 15. Yeah.
Casey
They're
Carty.
getting a nice close-up talk.
Remember when Casey Carty would have broken into the Anguilla team, and there was some bickering over whether or not he should be playing for Anguilla, living in St. Martin. His father's from Anguilla.
Yes. And he played some cricket over here. I was on the selection panel at that time.
Casey would
along
have
with Cardigan Connor.
He would have made the
Himself and Ashan had came around at the same time, one after the other.
He would have made the Anguilla team. He would have made the Anguilla team
Under
and was
19
seen.
spots.
And he then.
He played cricket here.
Yes, he would have played with the school. He played with the
cricket
school.
here, yeah.
I remember in the early days where he would have played with the Albina Lake Hatch Comprehensive School. He played inter-house cricket. He played inter-house cricket right here at the JRWP, and so we continue to turn out cricketers from. And not only just cricketers, but international representative sportsmen and women from the JRWP, and we are a proud people.
Yep.
Very proud people. You know, the likes of, and I'm speaking about my era, my time, what I know about, what I know
Don't
about.
need to worry, Millie.
Indeed. The likes of Shara Proctor, Donald Hughes.
Did you see Shara run here? Or jump here?
The likes of Chesney Hughes. You know, oftentimes we forget the likes of Chesney Hughes, who would have played for Leeward Islands, Manson Hodge in recent time, Shaka Hodge, Dimitri Adams, and Terry, and the likes. They all came through the ranks right here from the JRWP, and had it not been for the kind of era that they came through, they would have definitely boasted on the West Indies.
And Stuart Williams opening together, a lovely couple.
Our player is about to resume. Is showing. I keep getting his name wrong. Showing Peters. You know, Kenroy Peters is a fast bowler from St. Vincent.
Yes.
A good friend of mine, Kenroy Peters, left arm seamer from the countryside in St. Vincent.
You know, he had a medium bowler. I think he played once or twice for West Indies. He has a lovely style. From the Windward Islands. Trying to remember his name.
It's going to be Mark Gukaran to bowl to Sherwin Peters. Tops away, Windward Island player. Sherwin. Mark Gukaran bowls. Peters is playing it back down the track. No run resulting. And he's been cheered on. Gukaran from the long of boundary. Man Brooks. Waldemar Brooks. Here is Mark Gukaran to bowl. This one is looking for a single there. Casey Carty has not gone too far. He can get back into his crease. Right, backs up well. Yes, would have been very suicidal. It's a big man that is feeling that backward point, and he gets down.
He has improved his feeling match by match.
It is Gukaran again to bowl to Peters. He's walking this one through backward square. He's going to get runs here. He can get 3 if he wants, you know. They have gone for 1. They come back for a second. He can get 3 if he wants. Casey Cart is interesting, and he's going to go back and get it very easily. 3 runs. So Peters is off the mark.
Keeper had a run. A long run.
Not sure if you've noticed that the 3 first batsmen, their first name, all first name.
Start with K.
Oh no, Showing. That's Showing. The 2 is KD and Casey.
You are mixing
Peters,
up the wind.
I tell you. It's Showing Peters, not Kenroy Peters. Again, I put the K. It's a Showing. Casey Carty on strike. To this delivery. He's getting a full toss that he puts away, puts down into the hand of the man. He gets over the boundary and he's caught. He's caught.
No.
Oh, yes. He threw it up, he went over the boundary, came back and took the catch. Hughes has done the magical thing on the boundary, and Casey Carty goes caught by Hughes for a 30.
I thought he had gone over before.
No, he took the catch, and on his way over, he threw it back. He went over the boundary, he came back and took the catch. He goes for 28 score. 29.
He always has a safe pair of hands anyhow. And a very excellent fielder indeed. Ground fielding and in the air.
So the partnership has been broken. Not only that it has been broken, but the 2 has been dismissed.
By the same bowler.
Mark Gukaran getting 2 in the over. First it was Kenroy David who was caught at long on by Christopher Bagenot, and then it was 3 balls later. Casey Carty goes caught on the mid-wicket boundary for 29. So that's
Where's Samsam today?
I haven't seen him. Not sure if he partied too much. I'm not seeing him at all. I'm not sure if he's on island or if he's just caught up. It's a 68 for 2. 68 for 2 scorer. Yes, 68 for 2. Peters is on a 3, and he's joined by. Is it Singh? It's Akeem Saunders, the new batsman. Akeem Saunders, yes, indeed. Akeem Saunders.
Leeward Islands again. He hasn't done much throughout the season at starts. He need now not only to get a start but to go on. So let's see.
Akeem Saunders taps his bat very hard. It reminds me of Jamal Hamilton and Ashawn Hodge. This one is pushing up in the offside. Can't score. No ball. Call and signal by the umpire.
Cardinal sin for spinner.
It is that
Fielding?
3 men.
Fielding.
3 men, yes.
It's fielding. Sorry, bowler, my apologies.
It's 3 men that's in the circle. It's a free hit because they only have 3 men in the circle. Three men in the circle. That means Jacob Pauls is unable to return. Jacob was unable to return. Seemed to be the problem why they didn't take stock that there is only 3 men. And they got the boundary covered, but not. He's tugging this one to mid-wicket. And looking to force the issue here. And there is no need for that because they had a really good start. The end of the over, end of a good over by Mark Gukaran.
Yes,
and at the end of the over, it's a 69 for 2.
69 for 2. And it's over number 9. 69 for 2. These 2 are going to settle in, I'm sure, and then try to cash in on whatever bad balls come, and they'll look to get the 1s and the 2s. So, there are 2 new batters. They're going to try and settle down, get the feel of the strip, ensure that they got the right bounce to work with, and give the bowlers the respect that they can, and put away the bad balls when the opportune time comes. Beige Knot is heading over to the south to continue.
So it's going to be Beige Knot. It's going to continue. Over number 3 for Beige Knot. His final over, Beige Knot. It's going to be Beige Knot to continue. Going to be bowling to Sherwin Peters for the first time. Peters is on 3. Saunders yet to get off the mark. To this delivery, he's hitting this one long, high, hard. Oh, one bounce down to long off. He thought that he made really good contact. He was looking for it to go into the boundary, but it was just 2 bounces down to the man at long off. He goes on by 1 to 4 and the total moves on to 70. 70 in the course of over number 9. Saunders stops away, wait for Beige Knot. When Beige Knot gets it, he's walking it off the patch straight to mid-wicket. That's Yusuf Hodge Fields.
A youth team playing, practicing.
That's on the 14th. They will be departing on the 16th. Here is Beige Knot. This one goes through the keeper, 4 runs. Is it runs? Buys. He goes into the boundary, wait for a signal. And it's buys. 4 buys. That's naughty by the keeper. Straight through his legs. That's very naughty.
Kept a little low though. So you'll have to pardon him.
Well, that's for you, not me. You miss your hand, it needs to hit the pad. Score goes on to 74. Here is Beige Knot again to bowl to Saunders. He's sitting down too long off. They've gone for 1. Saunders is off the mark. Hakeem Saunders, he is on 1. Total moves on to 75. Brings Sherwin Peters. Sherwin Peters. So this delivery is looking to walk this one off the pad. That's a wide delivery. Call and signal by umpire Hughes. Total moves on to 76. 76. 76. Here is Beige Knot again to bowl to Sherwin Peters. Hitting this one down to long on. In fact, it goes over the top, high, hard, and handsome over the top of long on. That goes away for 6.
Nice shot indeed. He got onto it beautifully this time. The one before he thought he had it, but he didn't get the timing on it. Placement was there, but the fielder was able to come around this one. The fielder ran to retrieve, and it's gone all over on the old tennis court.
Nice. Long off. I need to be touch straighter. He is very wide. If you notice, he's been having the work to do to his right.
I keep talking about that all the time. The wideness of these fields.
If you're going to be looking to hit the fourth, fifth stump, but he's bowling on the stumps. So all Peters is going to do is to hit them down the ground. So it has to be a straighter field rather than a wider field. Score is on 82. 82. Here is Beige Knot to bowl to Peters again. This one is on the pad, and away it goes. 4 more. Score moves on by 4 to 86, and Peters moves on by 4 to 14. Saunders is on 1 at the end of over number 9. 86 for 2.
And you see, the straighter you have the fields over there, long off, long on, you force the batter to go inside out and to play across the line. So there's a likelihood of you picking up a miscued shot and
Indeed.
getting a wicket in the event.
Yes, the batsman will have to manufacture shots
Right.
rather than playing looking very comfortable. Have to manufacture shots, but it's not to be. He's not asked to do that. He's just playing very, very freely. Is Peters. Sanders would want to get into action sooner rather than later as well. With 6 overs remaining, we have completed 9 and 6 to go. Well, Mark Buchanan is going to continue from this the commentator's booth end, and he's going to be bowling to Sanders.
Gentleman got to be careful with that child. He should be watching. He's an old cricketer. He should know better.
Here is Gukaran to bowl to Sanders. Sanders is putting this one to backward point. He gets 1, easily 2. Sanders is on to 2, and the total moves on to 87. 87 for 2. 87 for 2.
He has to keep his eyes out.
87 for 2. He can defend his baby girl.
If he's watching.
Here is Mark Buchanan, right arm off spinner, to bowl to Peters. Peters with maroon and white tips, maroon helmet. Taps away. Wait for Gukaran. When Gukaran gets there, Peters is hitting this one straight back down on the bounce to Gukaran. No run resulting. Score remains on 87. 87 for no 87 for 2. 87 for 2. Mark Gukaran, no lone wicket taker so far. Here is Gukaran to Peters. Peters is hitting this one down too long on. It's Beige not who fields and sends the return. 15th run to Peters and the 88th run for Spartans. General Atto Spartans out of St. Martin. Here is Gukaran to bowl to Sanders. He's advancing. When he gets there, he realizes that he was too short, and then he's looking to play one on the onside. Ashwin is on the field for Jacob Paul's on the field as well. Ashwin. Wherever you are, somewhere up in Europe, enjoying yourself, we say good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are.
Inside out.
This one is played inside out. This is going to go into the fence. And, great work done there by Yusuf Hodge. Good work, and they come back for the third.
He started off very slowly, though.
Yes.
So for them to retrieve that ball. When he realized that the field slowed up the ball, they picked up his momentum.
3 runs to Sanders. He moves on to 5. And the total moves on to 91. 91. We'll be looking for upper 130. Here is Gukaran to bowl to. This one is in the air. He's played it down short fine. They've gone for 1. Looking for a second. It's not on. Good work by Hodge.
Had he hustled the first run, he would have gotten 2, you know.
Total
but he was ball watching.
1 to 92 at the end of over number 10. So it's Sanders, he's on 5. Peters is on 16. It's a 92 for 2 at the end of 10.
Nice scoop shot, but had he run that first one fast, he could have gotten that second run, but he just kept watching the ball instead of trying to hustle down to the non-strikers and then get back.
92. 92 scoring at 9 runs and over. So it's going to be Carlisle Hughes.
Over number what?
Over number 11 is about to be bowled. Carlisle Hughes. Have not seen the Manny Hodge, surprisingly.
No, that's why I was wondering why are they so short. because they have the players.
I've not seen the man Hodge on the ball. He's on the field. He has not bowled today just yet.
Time is running out.
Oh.
Maybe he will be the replacement down here.
Well, he normally bowls from this end indeed. It's going to be Carlisle Hughes, a left arm around the wicket between umpire and stumps. He's going to be bowling to Sherwin Peters. Flicks the ball from hand to hand, moves away. He's going to ask his daddy for one today. He's, a more agile fielder might have gotten close. Not Ashwin, he will have to just fetch that one from the boundary. It's gone away, a loose delivery, 4 runs. Shot, asked to be hit. And Peters welcomed the opportunity. He put it away in fine style. Gracefully accepting the offer. The ball has gone away for 4. It's now a 96 for 2. 96 for 2 in over number 11. Here is Carlisle Hughes to bowl to Peters. A big shot, 4 more. Yeah, in fact, it has gone away. It's gone all the way. It's gone for 6. It's gone for 6. And showing. He is on a rampage.
Get on
it's 102.
Nicely, placing it beautifully. And got the reward.
102. Sherwin Peters has raced on to 26 very, very quickly.
Gotten the pace of the wicket. I thought Kelsey could have gone for the Baileys and carrots, guava tarts, the apple tart, carrot cake, chocolate cake, cupcakes, the pancha cuba, vanilla, chocolate, carrot and marble cake. I haven't seen Kelsey come back yet.
Well, he came back, but not with any cake at all. Here is Hughes to bowl to Peters. Bowl to Peters. He's sitting one down the ground. They've gone for 1. Hodge comes across and Field sends the return to Hughes. Peters moves on by 1 to 27. And the total moves on to 103. 103. Here is Hughes. This one is hit down to mid-vacant cow corner region. The man from mid-wicket moves away. It is Yusuf Hodge. 1 more to Sanders. He's on 6. And the total moves on to 104. 104 for 2 over number 11 in progress. Here is Hughes. Making some adjustment. There is Kishan Richardson. Asking the mid-wicket to go to his left. Here is a one that is short and pull well, pull for 6. Pull well, pull for 6. Again it was short. And again, Peters say thank you very much. Much obliged.
They have gotten the measure of the pitch and has reacted beautifully. Put away the bad balls, using the gaps wisely. We're looking at 120 milli?
They're looking at 155, 160.
How many more overs to go, milli?
It's 4 more.
Okay, all right. And we have got what?
105, 110.
Okay.
This one inside out. Oh,
Nice
that's good feeling. Brilliant feeling by Beige Knot.
Nice fielding.
Brilliant feeling there by Beige Knot.
So the target is 150, I presume. They're looking to get on with it, picking the gaps nicely, running the 1s and the 2s as best as they can, and picking up the boundaries, either over or along the ground.
So at the end of 11, it's the GS Spartans. They are 111. 111 for 2. Peters is on 38. With him is Sanders. He's on 6, the batsman out. Casey Carty for 29 and Kenroy David for 31.
Got a good solid start from those two. Had they gone on, we might have been almost to that 150 right now. But they gave the team a base. They gave the team a base and they're building nicely on it, and both Peters and Sanders.
had these to remain at the crease, you could have been looking at 200 with ease. Because they were really seeing the ball as big as a breadfruit.
Played some immaculate shots. Now Damien Hodge comes on. He'll be bowling from the northern end where he usually bowls from. He has bowled from the southern end before in matches, but most times he has bowled from here. So let's see what he will offer up for his team. Let's see what Saunders and Peters will do.
Here is the Damani Hodge. Damani Hodge is going to be bowling from the commentator's booth end. He's going to be bowling to Sherwin Peters. Sherwin Peters taps away, waits for Hodge. When Hodge gets there, he's hitting this one down to mid-wicket. Hughes fields and sends the return, a good one to one more to Peters. And the total moves on by 1 to 112. Here is Hodge to bowl to Saunders. A full toss and it's caught. Straight to mid-wicket. Hodge comes on. And not the best of delivery, but Saunders is gone. Caught a shot mid-wicket of the bowling of Hodge by, that's a Rolando White who has taken the catch. He goes.
He's always lucky to get balls like that with wickets. So he has gotten a breakthrough for them, but that ball should have been put straight over the head or to the right or left of that fielder. But he offered him a catch and he took it nicely. Right doesn't usually drop catches. So good fielding indeed to reward Hodge. Full delivery, but he ended up got a wicket with it. And so we see the new batter going out. It's the Spartans. Akeem Charles, tall person. He'll be going out to face the Damani Hodge. We're into over number 12, is it? Over number 12. And so the third wicket has been lost to the Spartans. Hodge picking up that third wicket for his team, Revolutions, as they won the toss and elected to field.
Oh, there's a bit of correction there. The score says that Peters is actually in 35. At 35, so the new batsman is Akeem Charles. To do it's going to be Hodge over changing his line of attack, and it's going to come over the around the wicket to the left-handed Akeem Charles. Seen him open the innings on a few occasions. Akeem Charles taps away, waits for Hodge. This one is pulling down to wideish along on. They have gone for one, and they're going to come back for a second. They're going to get it too very easily. Returned by Owalima. Not to stop the second. So he's off the mark. He's on 2, and the total moves on to 114 scorer. 114. Here is Damani Hodge, number 30 on his back. Flicks the ball hand to hand and moves away. Ball to Akeem Charles. Charles is standing tall and hitting this one to extra cover. He could be one out there, direct hit. And he's gone. Run out. He's gone. Oh, he aimed, he lined it up, and he's gone.
But he was casual in that
Very casual. Very, very casual there. Akeem Charles goes. Run out. Very, very casual. And good work done there by Rolando Wright again.
Yes, good fielding. Picked up and he had a direct hit. So some work for them now to do to pick up some runs if they want to get to that 150 milli that you have targeted for them.
Indeed. Cricket, a game of glorious uncertainty. Charles goes for 2, run out for 2. Saunders, who made 6 earlier. Peters is still there. He's on 35, and he's going to be joined by the big man, Williams. Damian Williams can hit the ball a few far, very far. And what are your predictions for that game in Guyana? If rain doesn't win the game,
India will win the game. We should not be. The thought is they're going to play Chase. Who is the other spinner?
They're going to play who?
That's what they're saying. Drop Alzari and play Chase. That's foolishness. Drop Charles. Put in another spinner. I don't see Chase going into that team, shouldn't
Here is Hodge. This one is in the air. He can be out here, you know. The keeper is calling for it. And the keeper drops it. Oh my!
Straight through two big gloves.
Sherwin Peters lives to fight another day, and he cannot believe it went high. It went very, very high, and Kishon Richardson with the glove spilled a sitter. Any day of the week, you would want the keeper with the glove under that one.
It went into orbit, and he refused to accept the landing.
My. Here is Hodge. Could have easily been on a hat trick. This one is pulled down to mid wicket. Hughes don't drop them, you know, but he drops this one, and it goes over for 4 on consecutive delivery. And Peters is living a very tame life.
He did not get under it. Hughes normally takes those catches.
He got his hands to it. He should have taken it. He got his hands. He got both hands to it. He dropped it. It goes into the boundary. It goes away for 4. And at the end of over number 12, it is 118. 118.
Time he looked for the ball was through his hands.
And with all that was happening, only 7 runs coming off that over. A lot happened in this over. On 2 occasions, he could have gotten 2 wickets. He had a hat trick. He could have gotten a hat trick.
3.
Could have gotten a hat trick. But I've had a team hat trick now. Well, it's going to be Rolando Wright. He's going to be bowling over number 13, Williams. Number 29, Damian Williams, taps away in his red cap. Asking Hughes to go to his left. Now in a extra cover position.
Hughes is shaking that hand. Must have taken the tip of his finger. He couldn't get his hands underneath it.
Had to take the catch. You are asking, you're begging for me to let him off the hook. He should have taken the catch.
Yes, but the hands weren't in the proper position.
It is going to be right. Left arm around the left arm between umpire and stumps around the wicket to bowl to Williams. 118 for 3. 118 for 3. Here is Right, getting one outside the off stump, wide. Call and signal by the umpire. 119th run. The 119th run comes up. It's going to be right again to bowl to Williams. Williams is looking to smash this one through cover. Doesn't make contact. Appeal going up. No, not out, says the umpire. Right. He's going to try again. He moves away to bowl to Williams. Williams is cutting this one, and the man at short third. Luckily, fortunate for him, he got a boot to it. It went straight through his hand. He got a boot to it. And those look like size 14s or 15s.
Yeah, earlier I was complimenting him for his good fielding because it has improved over the last couple of matches.
Yes.
Now he bubbles one.
120 for 3. 120 for 3. It's going to be right to bowl to Peters. Bowl to Peters, who is going a big hee-haw. Big shot outside the line of the off stump. No contact. Ball goes through to be taken by Richardson. It's going to be right again. Right. Peters again getting one that is bouncing. Keeper has to jump and couldn't take it either.
Such balls, you're going to have to use your feet to get to the trajectory. You're going to wait in your box, it will get the better of you.
Here is right to Peters. He's playing this one through cover. He's going to get one. He gets one. He's on to 36 scorer. Just somewhere behind. 40 from 19 is Peters. Yes, 40 from 19. Forgot he had that 4. The over comes to an end, and at the end of over number 13, it's 121. 121 for 3.
Well, the 150 is going to have to take some batting to get to it. 121. It's not impossible. It's possible, but they're going to have 2 good overs here. At the end of 13, you're 121 for what? 3 or 4? 4. 121 for 3, 4. And you're going to have to get 2 good innings from these 2 batters. Peters should be pushing to get his 50. That will be a hallmark for him, and it will be better for the team if he gets to that area. He is on 30 plus. Peters is on 30 plus.
Peters is on 40. Peters is on 40
now.
And Williams is on 1.
1. So Hodge is going to continue. This is his 3rd over.
This is Hodge's 2nd. The money to bowl to Peters. Peters is hitting this one. Oh, high, handsome, 6 runs over the top of mid wicket. It goes away for 6.
Nicely timed shot. And that is what he has been looking for the last over or so.
He's on to 46, Peters. He was dropped on 35. He was dropped on 35. He has raced to 46 from 20. 46 from 20 balls. So all of this morning, all in the day, here is Hodge to bowl to Peters. He's tugging this one. That's not a good stroke at all.
Looking, should have been playing it through the offside.
Through the offside, yes.
Rather than come across.
And had he gone through the offside and gap it well, he could have gotten 4.
Yes.
Here is Hodge to bowl to Peters. Bowl to Peters. He's walking across and pulling this one down to corner. He's going to get 4. He's going to get his 50. That's his 50.
Yep.
In 22 deliveries. In 22 deliveries, he has raised his 50. That's 50 to Peters. 50. 50 from 22 deliveries.
What he did different in that shot, he made the step down, came closer to the ball.
And went across.
And then went across, because he got it as the ball curved in. So with the swing of the ball, that was the right approach, not stay in your ground. So he stepped down, and when the ball came in, he just swung with it into the gap. Nice shot indeed.
Very good stroke there by...
Lovely innings too.
By Peters. He's 50. 50 for Peters from 22 deliveries.
Nice, nice.
$50 is Peters, 1 is Williams. 50 from 22. He taps away and waits for the Manny Hodge. The Manny Hodge bowls to showing. Oh no, he averts his run. The bail again has dropped. Replaced, and so Hodge is gonna go again to bowl to Peters. Peters is hitting this one down to mid wicket. He's not gonna get there on the full, but it drops and pitches straight over the top. It goes away for 4. How more unlucky can you get as a bowler?
Lovely shot indeed. He's looking for the gaps, and he's getting his reward.
How more unlucky can you get? He was dropped
So it is time. He's living his life.
Yes, he was dropped by the keeper. A simple catch. He was dropped on the mid-wicket boundary. And now he is getting, what we say? Fortune.
Yes.
Favors the brave.
Yes. And he's playing good shots.
He is Sherwin Peters. He's a class batsman. He's a class player.
All right. So he's capitalizing upon the lives they have given him.
Yes. Here is Hodge to Peters. Peters is, that's a big swing. That's a big hee-haw. Oh, that ball, if he had connected to that one, he was hitting that one into tomorrow.
I'm sure he must have felt that in his shoulders.
He was looking to hit that one into tomorrow.
Big swing and miss.
My. Here is the Manny Hodge again to bowl to Sherwin Peters. Bowl to Peters. Peters is bowl, knocked over. Well, this guy's a slow delivery. He realized that he was going at Peters. He slowed it up. And Peters is gone bowled by the Manny Hodge for 54.
The shot before. Use your feet. Don't stay in your ground. Because if you're going to miss that cross, it's going to get you. Use your feet. Get to the pitch of the ball. And so those last two shots were poorly displayed, and he lost his wicket in the interim.
Poor shot. He's accounted for his wicket.
And we're into over number.
Well, the final over is going to be ball, and that is Ramraj. We need to clarify if that's Ramraj. Showing, batsman. That's Wadawa, the new batsman.
That's a funny name.
Wadawa, yes. Oh.
Williams is going to have to capitalize upon this last over.
Wadawa, the new batsman, who joins Williams. It's going to be Hughes, 131, 135 for 5, 135 for 5. It's going to be Hughes to bowl to Williams. Williams is getting one. Did it come off the inner portion of the bat? No, it came off the keeper's pad. It's buys. The total moves on by 1 to 135. 136. Sorry, 136. And Wadawa comes in to strike. Here is Hughes, ball to Wadawa. The ball, was it a catch? Did it go back to him on the full?
No.
No, says Frankie. Gets one, is Wadawa. He's off the mark. He's on 1. Williams is on 1 as well. In the final over, here is Hughes to bowl to Williams. Outside the line of the off stump, no run. It's an uphill task. 130 odd or 40 odd to get in 15 is not going to be easy at all.
No, not at all.
It's not going to be easy at all. This one's crashed and not the best of feeling at all there by right. They've gone for 1. They will come back for a second. And Bajnot sends the return to Hughes. Williams moves on by 2. He's on to 3, and the total moves on to 139. 139. Final over. And this the 15 aside. It's APL Season 3 2023. Finals this tomorrow. Here is Williams waddling up this one. That is going to go away for 4. That goes away for 4.
Nice shot into the gap.
He moves on to 7, and the total moves on to 143. 143. Can this be 6 runs and they have to make 150 to win? Looking for 150. Will this be 100? Will this be 6 runs? There's a shot and it's a cut straight to the man at the point. It's gonna good. Not a Good attempt there. And the over come to an end. That's the innings. It's 144. 144.
9 runs per over, 145 to get.
9 runs and over. It's not an impossible task. It is not an impossible task, but it's going to take some batting.
It's going to take some getting.
So,
Well, the Revolution did come back after such a healthy start by Carty and David. They did come back, picking up wickets accordingly, and stalling the run feast. As at one point in time they were looking to get beyond 150, and so the Revolution now is going to have to get a proper start in order to chase down this target of 145.
Yes, it's not going to be easy at all. It's not going to be easy. So it was Casey Carty and David who got them after a good start. Casey Carty went, caught by Mark Buchanan. Ball Mark Buchanan for 29. It was David who went for 31 again off the ball of Buchanan. Sure, he made 31. Peters was a ball by Hodge. He made a 54. Saunders was caught right off the bowling of Hodge. Saunders went for 6. Charles was run out by Wright. He went for 2. Williams not out for 7, and Wadawang not out on 1. Wadawang 1. Williams 7. Charles 2. 6. Saunders 54. Peters 31. David and 29. Casey Carty. 145 to get themselves into the finals and a chance for the big box and the trophy tomorrow, finals day.
Yes, and the roller is on the strip. It's beginning to get a little dusty, so they're gonna try and tighten it as much as they can. So we will have to see the approach of the left Revolution. They over the couple of matches, once or twice they got off to good starts and then faltered. Then there were other matches that they did not get off to a good start. So let's see what the approach will be. The original captain is not here. Ashawn is absent. Pauls is damaged, so they are one man short. So let us see what their approach is going to be.
Well, it's going to be an uphill battle. 145 is what they will need. And in the World Cup netball, the clash is tomorrow in South Africa.
I'm so sad that Jamaica
Jamaica will have to play New Zealand.
4,004th place.
And it is going to be the clash.
And
number
New
1.
Zealand, last time they met New Zealand, did beat them.
The world number 1 and the world number 2. Well, New Zealand came into the World Cup, the defending champions.
Yes.
They came in the defending champions, and some questionable calls by the referee and some sloppy work by the Jamaicans in the fourth quarter.
I didn't see that the final part of it.
Got them out of the finals. I really think that they would have they did well enough to
last time they played Australia, they went under the pressure.
Yes, and exactly what we saw this morning, this afternoon when they played against the Australians again. At one point, they were up in the fourth quarter. They were up about 4 points ahead of the Australians, but the Australians turned things around. And someone said a bit of questionable calls by the officials, to which the crowd did respond, because as I was watching the game earlier, and the crowd was rooting for Jamaica.
Yes.
The South African crowd was
really
rooting.
Won a lot of hearts across the world.
Yes.
Yes.
Sunshine Girls.
They would get good support in South Africa.
Indeed. It's South
would,
Africa
yeah.
you're talking about.
Yep.
And it's Jamaica. And so they went down to the Australians. But it's sports and more sports.
Yeah.
And female football is coming close to an end as well. And the Jamaicans reaching the round of 16. Frankie, it's big. It's really big.
A good step
for
in the right direction.
Jamaican. You know, when you say Jamaica, it's as if you're saying the Caribbean. You know, you're calling our name.
Oh yes.
Because Jamaica seems to be the country that is standing out in a number of sporting areas that, and so as they stand out, you know, the Caribbean takes notice and support. You know, Trinidad and Barbados would have
Trinidad
been
has fallen away.
very disappointed
Barbados
season.
didn't play anything whatsoever.
I was very disappointed when I see both teams on display.
Yeah.
You know, it looked like the practice for them. I mean, they really doesn't look up to the big times, but they really do. And it tells where our netball is in the Caribbean. You know, Jamaica is way ahead, way up there above all the others.
Yep.
You will see Jamaica, even though Jamaica played against Trinidad, and when they played against Trinidad, my, it was like, it appeared to be a secondary school playing a primary school.
Yeah.
It was really atrocious looking at the disparity of the two teams. You know, Jamaica is way up there, who can really compete with the best in the world. And the Jamaicans, they are in the top 4. And they have been there time and time again in the top 4, and the rest of the Caribbean need to come up. It means that we have to play more games among ourselves down here, Frankie, and our grassroots program has to be better.
Well, Trinidad was up there. What has happened to the program, I really don't know if COVID had anything to do with it. Barbados did talk about the COVID affecting their preparations and so on, but I think that both teams have fallen away badly. And this week, I think, the St. Kitts netball team is celebrating 45 years, I think, since they defeated Trinidad in the Caribbean netball. I don't think you remember. You weren't around.
Frankie, you know what? Frankie, you know.
I'm giving you a little bit of history.
You know what when you consider Trinidad, you consider Jamaica, you look at our countries. You know, I saw when they played the qualifiers in Jamaica. Was it earlier this year?
Yes.
Earlier this year. Yes. You saw where our nations are, and so we need to be playing more netball. But I recognize, Frankie, that COVID has been getting a lot of licks. Every time we come up short, we blame COVID. Every time we come up short, we blame COVID.
But it's a fact, because it took away a lot of much-needed finances, which would have perhaps gone into such programs. Remember, you had to revive your populations. You had to safeguard your population. So we cannot
Frankie,
we cannot afford
every
to say.
time we fail at anything, we look for a scapegoat. It's not
failing. It's over the last 2 years that the countries have been affected by it in terms of preparation, not only in sports, but in other areas. It has put back a number of economies.
I understand what you're saying, but I'll dare ask you this question, Frankie. Was COVID only in the Caribbean?
No.
Oh.
But other countries have talked about it.
You see
other countries have talked about
the
it too.
miserable way in which those two Caribbean nations have failed. I'm not seeing it. The chemistry just doesn't seem to be there, and it is surprising that when you will watch the Jamaicans, who they would have been together for a bit, just like the others, and the players who plays around the world, and so what you find is that the homegrown netballers are really not in that squad. It is the players that play around the world, and so to find that chemistry among them, and it's not what you're seeing among them the Trinidadians and the Bajans, it's left much to question, because you would have expected, being that they play together more, that they would have a better chemistry among themselves.
But you have to give kudos to the Jamaicans, because the homegrown players were given a chance in that playoffs.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
Of course they were.
Right? They did not wholly and solely put in everybody, but they put them in the mix, and it was good. It was good for them, So let's hope that things will come back on par for Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago. Antigua was once up there. St. Lucia was once up there. One of the better team, I thought, in the Windward Islands.
One of the better islands, I thought, in the Windward Islands was St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines were Caribbean champions at one time.
I remember when you have the likes of Skiddy Francis
Yes.
and the Ballantine sisters.
Yes.
I remember them.
Yep.
Ballantine
sisters and Ballantine brothers.
Indeed. Yes. I remember the man Benedict Ballantine and his brother. They were good.
Yep.
They were very good. And we continue to progress. The Caribbean, as a smaller place as it is, has really shined in sports.
Yes, shone big time.
And
Trinidad is up there with the track. You can't afford to forget Santo Domingo and Cuba and all those.
Haiti,
they're coming through very nicely. The Bahamas.
And the Bahamas, that 400 runner in the person of what's her name there? Just having a baby. Weber. Just having a baby. And he's back on the track a couple of months after having a baby.
Yes. Shawnee Miller Weber. It's good. But there are lots of islands that have been showing glimpses in the various sports across the world. Antigua Barbuda, not to be forgotten. St. Kitts Nevis, not to be forgotten. Grenada, not to be forgotten. You have a girl coming through there now from
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia,
yes.
right? Running in the 400s, I think.
In the 100.
And the sprints.
When you watch, what's her name, from St. Lucia, and she's been doing well. Yes.
Williams was coming through. So there are persons out there still shining for the Caribbean.
Frankie, I'll ask you this question. The 100 meters at the World Champions, who do you tip to win that one?
I'm rooting for Zarnell Hughes.
I'm talking about females. I'm talking in the females.
It's going to be tight.
I think
I'll not call any names.
I think Zarnell is gonna has his work cut out for him.
And right now the guy just beat him. Lyles. They found drugs in his car the other day. So whether or not he'll get to go to the World Games, I don't know.
That's a Lyles.
Lyles. Yeah, no,
My.
So we'll have to see what happens going forward.
Where's Lyles from?
Eh?
Where's Lyles from?
The United States of America.
I'm just asking. Kishon and Yusuf, the two main batsmen for the Revolution, is walking out to the middle. As Frankie gives way to Kelsick. We'll continue this conversation. I remember when the only man to be given Usain Bolt the trouble came back from he too was tested positive. Not sure if Lyles is gonna be going to World Champions, but we wait to see that, and we will hope that we see the best on show, the legal best on show.
Okay. Yes. Well, going to be very interesting here this afternoon. You see 3, 6. Seems as though that they're short.
9.
See 9 players from the Spartans going out to the field. Well, the wicket keeper. So don't know if they are short by 2 men, 4, 8, 9, as we can see.
I guess the guys have assurance in Martin to attend tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing Casey Carter. In fact, I've seen him change his clothes. Seem not to be getting on the field. Seem that he's going to be catching the boat in just a few.
Yes, well.
And this is what happened when games starts late.
Yes, that is so true, John. That is so true. Well, the Revolutionaries, they are without their captain, and we know the captain was one of the fluent scorers here in this this T20 APL. It's all left to see. Keithstone is the captain today, and we see now that I beg your pardon. We see now that St. Martin, the fielders are out on the field. The batters are also there out there. And we see umpire Calvin Hughes presiding at the southern or central polyclinic end, and umpire John going to square leg. So it's going to be a very interesting game here this afternoon, chasing 145 from some 15 overs, and it's going to take a lot of doing. They're going to have to attack the bowling from the word go.
Indeed.
And I think that was one of the downfall for the Masters. The Masters had to attack the bowling from the word go when they came to bat. So we see St. Martin, the Spartans, the GA Spartans in the field. We can see 4 men in the offside, 3 men on the onside, and 2 men. So it seems as though they are short by 2 players. And this will give an advantage to the Revolutionaries, because if you're short by 2 men, you should be able to pick up 1s and 2s and place your balls all around the field.
You should be able to. Whether or not they will do that today, we'll wait to see.
The sun is still with us. It's still very, very humid, but although we have a strong breeze coming across the Webster's Park, and a small crowd as usual, and we know that the Masters lost to Foreign Stars, and Foreign Stars is through to the finals for tomorrow. So it will be Revolutionaries against the Spartans, looking to get themselves into the finals for tomorrow. As we see the bowler now from the southern end, he's coming into bowl to Keithstone.
So it's Keithstone Richardson who takes strike. And that's not Keithstone, that is Yusuf Hodge. Plays this one long to mid-wicket. They've gone for 1, looking for a second. Until long on, he gets 1. Yusuf Hodge is off the mark.
Let's put bowler number 1. Yeah, so Keithstone now is the left-hander, and he's going to be facing the bowler coming in from the southern end. 3 men on the offside and 3 men on the onside. So that's 3 to 5, 3, 8, 9. They're short by 2 men, and we have another one of the other fieldsmen going into the offside as the bowler from the southern end, and he comes to bowl to Keithstone. So outside the off stump, and he's playing that one back up the wicket. He tried to play it into the offside properly, but ball came back at him, and the bowler was able to field himself.
It's Belazar to continue. Belazar to bowl to Richardson. This one is Keithstone Richardson hitting it down. 1 and 2 bounces into the long on boundary, 4 runs. It goes away, it was short, and Richardson just standing tall and hit it back down the boundary and down the long on boundary. That goes away for 4. Richardson is off the mark, and the score moves on to 5-4, no loss. Over number 1, Belazar, the left-handed bowler. Sorry, the right-handed bowler around the wicket. Bowling Belazar to Richardson, gets a wide, and he is allowed appeal. Not out, says the umpire. Everyone went up around the bat.
Yes, well, I heard a click from here, so I think they should call for the replay. And well,
not out, says the umpire. Score remains on 5. Here is Belazar to bowl to Richardson. Belazar bowl to Richardson. Richardson is back and punching this one. That's a lovely feeling there. And oh, he knocked it down. And ball ricocheting there. Rather the guilty party there, not feeling cleanly. Gets one, Richardson, and the total moves on by 1 to 5. So 6-4, no loss. Richardson is on 5. 1 is Yusuf Hodge, comes on to strike over number 1. Belazar, right arm around the wicket to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is pulling well, pulling for 4 to a vacant mid-wicket region. That's 4 more. Score race is on to 10. And both batsmen are on 5. At the end of over number 1, it's 10 for no loss.
A very good over there for the Revolutionaries. 2 short deliveries, and both those short deliveries were dispatched to the boundary. And Belazar had a loud appeal there going up against Keithstone, but umpire, he's the best position to see, and he says not out. Because the ball came across him, he had a big heave at it, missed, and wicketkeeper and all the fielders going up, but not out, says the umpire. But all in all, a very good over for the Revolutionaries.
Needing 9 runs and over. They've gotten 10 from that one.
From that one. They're 9.5 or so.
Yes, it's going to be the Daryl Durham. Daryl, the brother of Daniel. That's Daryl Durham. To ball, he rips the ball. He gets the bounce. He gets turn. He gets drift. He gets the ball to do everything that you can think about from a spinner.
And also being a left-hander.
Keithstone, being a left-handed batsman, can work for him. The onside, anything that passes young David close in at mid at square leg can be runs. 10-year-old. 10-year-old. 10 years old, and he does bowler. Here is Daryl Durham to bowl to Keithstone. Richardson bowls to Richardson. Richardson is walking this one on the onside, and Yusuf Hodge was guilty, very guilty of ball watching. Very guilty of ball watching. Score moves on by 1 to 11, and the total, and Keithstone Richardson moves on by 1 to 6. He's on 6. Brings the right-handed batsman in Yusuf Hodge on strike.
What I noticed to John is that the batters now, they're ball watching too often.
No, because they're sleeping on their bats.
You know, if you call for the single is there. You have to be alert. Many times you can turn 1s into 2s, but they're not that alert.
It's going to be Daryl Durham with 824 on his back. The ball to Hodge. Hodge is will be hitting this one to point. That's Wadwa Fields. No run resulting. The man behind the stump is Williams. Doing the honors today. Singh is the man who is accustomed to do the work behind the stump. He's not here. Ramraj is here. This one is looking to cut. Looking to cut that one. It doesn't make contact either. That's Hodge. Score remains on 11. 11 for a no loss. Daryl to bowl to Hodge. Looking to walk that one off his pad. Doesn't make contact. There was runs to be had there. Had he made contact,
that should have been dispatched. That delivery should have been dispatched, and he missed it completely.
That was a very easy one to hit away. Here is Durham to bowl to this one. He's going to get one. Ball coming off the inner portion of the bat goes on to the onside. And he gets one. David comes away from from square leg and field. Field changes over to accommodate the left-handed batsman. It's 6 to both batsmen. It's 12 for no loss. 12 for no loss. 6 is Richardson. 6 is Hodge. In search of 145 for victory. Daryl Durham again to bowl to Keithstone Richardson. Richardson taps away, waits for Durham. When the left-handed bowler gets there, he is looking to reverse sweep. Doesn't make contact. The over comes to an end. A very good one, an over in which he conceded just 2 runs.
Yes, a very good over from Durham there. And John, why try the reverse sweep? It's only the second over. You're not even settled and you want to try the reverse sweep.
Well, I'm not sure it is the first, second, third or over or the first ball. I've seen batsmen hit their first ball, reverse sweep it for 6.
It all depends on where the ball is pitched. It's a very big, because I saw a batter there the other day. He was giving out LBW because the ball was straight onto him.
A number of batsmen get out reverse sweeping. Shehope gets out reverse sweeping.
You you take your guard right hand, and then when the ball is coming, you switch. So
the switch hit is different than the reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep.
Yes.
Yeah.
The switch hit is different than the reverse sweep. Here is Belazar to bowl to Hodge outside the line of the off stump. It doesn't make contact. Looking to be cute there.
We have lost the sun temporarily.
Here is Belazar. And the foreign stars, they're back in the Revolution. They want the Revolution to win this one. This one is going to run close to the fence. You can give up the chase, you know. You can give it up because it's gone into the boundary. Once it beats the inner ring, it is going to go away for 4. The outfield has been cut, and I've not met a faster outfield than the JRWP outfield.
Yes, it's very fast indeed. Very, very fast. Very, very fast. And John, these batters, they're going to try to make sure that they get these runs because, they have a setback in Pals. Pals cannot take any more part in this particular game.
Not a good sign for the Revolution. But they will want to take this one home. They will want to go into finals there with an opportunity to capture the goal. Here is Belazar to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is looking for a big hee-ho down the leg side. And doesn't make contact. Wide call and signal by the umpire. Total moves on by 1 to 17. It's in the power play. And it doesn't matter. They are short on the field. Fielders anyhow.
Very short, yeah, so.
2 fielders short. Here is Belazar to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is pulling well down to mid wicket, and he's going to get one. I think he pulled that one around just too much.
Too much, yes. Because the man is placed right in that position, and he pulled the ball straight to him and was only able to get 1 run.
Moves on to 11 on the total to 18. Scoring at 6, requiring 9. Here is Belazar to bowl to Kishan Hodge. Around the wicket, bowls to Hodge. Bowl to Richardson, sorry. This one is hit back to Belazar, and Belazar can't feel. Score moves on by 1 to 19. And Richardson, he is on 7. 7 is Richardson. 11 is Hodge. It's 19 and 19 for no loss. Here is Belazar to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is pulling this one. It's in the air. The man Wadwa could only watch it sail over the mid-wicket boundary. That goes away for 6. And that's a lovely shot by Hodge.
Yes, it was short. And he got back and he pulled it between mid-wicket and the mid-on down to the boundary for a beautiful 6.
He moves on to 17 and the total race is on to 25. 25, they're right up there with the scoring rate. Here is Belazar to bowl to Hodge. To this delivery, Hodge is hitting this one in the air, caught. He could have hit that one anywhere. He hit it straight to the man there. That's Shawn Peters. He don't hit it in his region. He's going to take it 99.9% of the times. He's going to take it. And Hodge, it was powerfully hit. But straight to the man. Peters takes the catch. Hodge goes for 17. It's 25 for 1 at the end of over number 3.
Yes, that's a very good catch indeed. And as you mentioned there, that ball, he could have hit that ball anywhere. And he just, because he was playing the pull shot very, very well indeed. But he missed out on a golden opportunity and going down to that delivery.
He should have gone for placement rather than power. Look to put the ball up rather than just hitting it through the field. It was short. He had the opportunity because it was wide as well. But he hit it straight to the man. He went for power and could not keep it down. Should have gone up and over.
And as we mentioned earlier too, John, is that you have 9 men on the field. So you have a lot of spaces. You can push.
You don't say a lot of spaces. You have acreage on the park. Acreage.
That is so true. Yeah, because 9 men on the field, take 2 out, which is the bowler and the keeper. So all you have is seven fellas. You have,
acres of space on the field. And finding fielders. The new batsman is Mark Gukaran. Mark Gukaran, the new batsman. He's going to be at the non-strikers end. It's going to be Kishore Richardson, who is going to do battle against Daryl Durham, the brother of Daniel. Making a name for himself, though, is Daryl Durham. Here is Durham to bowl to Richardson. He's hitting this one down to long on. Belazar is there. Fields sends the return. Richardson moves on by 1 to 8, and the total moves on to 26. 26. Over number 4. This 15 over a side game. 144 scored by J Spartans. General Otto Spartans out of St. Martin, looking to restrict the Revolution for below their total and to make it into the finals against the Foreign Stars. Here is Durham to bowl to Gukaran. They're looking for a single here. This is trouble, all sorts of trouble. And Richardson ran a run by himself. He ran a whole run, he reached half pitch and got back. So it tells you that there would have been a single.
Yes, but the return was high.
And that's what saved him.
Saved him, yes.
Here is Durham to Gukaran. Gukaran is pushing it back down to the bowler. No run resulting. Score remains on 25. 25 for 1. Over number 4 in progress. Durham to bowl to Gukaran. Gukaran is walking this one off the pad down to long on. It's coming across the wicket, and then the bowler not feeling. It goes down to long on where the man coming off the boundary is Akeem. Charles sends the return, can't stop Gukaran from getting off the mark, and the 27th run for the Revolution to be scored.
So far, the St. Martin Spartans, GA Spartans, they are doing very well in spite.
Here is one that Hogan looking to give himself room is Richardson, and being outdone by the bounce on that occasion. A guile on the ball. Here is Durham to bowl to Richardson. Richardson is walking this one off the pad. Runs here. He's gone for 1. Looking for a second. They're going to go back 2. The return goes into the bowler's end and gets home very quick, easily in the end. And 2 runs to Richardson. He moves into double figures. He's on 10. And the total moves on to 29 at the end of over number 4.
Yes.
29 for 1.
Good going here again by the Revolutionaries. They're trying to push the score along, especially in the 5 overs of the power play. So after 4 overs, there's some 29 for 1, and the power play, the 5th over now is coming up, and no doubt they will try to see how many runs they can get from this one.
In comparison, the GA Spartans were 44 no loss. 44 no loss at the end of over number 4.
Yes, at one stage they were 11 runs per over.
But they fell away badly.
Yes.
They fell away after the fall of Casey Carty and the man Kenroy David. They fell away badly until it was Sherwin Peters who really put
Yeah, with
the
that
pedal to the
50.
metal.
Is Kenroy David on the field?
Yes, Kenroy David, in fact, is going to be... No, he's standing on the non-striker's end, but it's going to be Singh.
Oh, okay.
Not Singh, it's a Ramraj. Is it Singh or Ramraj who's going to bowl in? Ramraj. Ramraj is going to take up the attack from the Central Polyclinic end. Ramraj is going to be bowling to Mark Gukaran. Gukaran, the right-handed batsman, taps away to this delivery. He is looking to force this one through the offside. And the return is not going to come in. Gets one, Gukaran. He is on to 2 and the total is on to 31. All you need is good cricketing shot. It doesn't need to force anything. Good cricketing shot is going to win. Could win you this game.
Yeah, you have, as you mentioned, you have lots of acres where you could place the ball.
There are free squatting areas on the field. You can squat on this field with ease, and you don't have to bother a soul.
That's right. See the umpires having a little conference there.
Over number 5 in progress. It's been halted a bit. There's a conversation about with 2 umpires. The man and the bowler taking the wicket is Belazar, who got the better of Hodge. Here is Ramraj to bowl to Richardson. Bowls to Richardson. Richardson's hitting this one in the air, down wide-ish, the corner region. Man from mid-wicket comes around. Return goes in. 2 more runs to Richardson. He moves on to 12, and the total moves on to 32. 32 for 1. 32 for 1. They're not very far behind.
No, they're not. They're
not very far behind at all.
Going very well indeed.
You just need to continue to put their head down and bat sensible. Here is Ramraj to bowl to Richardson. Richardson is hitting this one to the right of Belazar, who falls away and fields, sends the return to the keeper, to the bowler. Richardson gets another run. Here's the 13th. The noise you're hearing through our microphones on the 17s and the under 14s. A practice game over there at the REGTC. Here is Ramraj to bowl to Gukaran. Bowls to Gukaran, who is hitting this one to extra cover, no run. Just stroking it to extra cover. Score remains on 33. 33 for 1 over number 5 in progress. The final over of the power play. Here is Ramraj to bowl to Gukaran. Gukaran again flashing outside the line of the off stump, not making contact. The end of over number 5, and at the end of 5 there are 33. Some 12 runs adrift of where they needed to be, or they should be, to keep up with that power, to keep up with that run rate. But in touching distance, Kelsick.
Yes, good going. This was a very good over there from the youngster. We saw there that the batters, they're trying to play the ball too hard. Instead of placing the balls, they are going for the big hits and the big drives and missing. But all in all, it's good going here. You have a lot of space. You have only 9 players on the field. And what they have to do, the batters, try to place the balls and make the runs.
It's going to be Wadawa. Wadawa to take up the attack from this the commentator's booth, and he's going to bowl in right arm around the wicket between umpire and stumps to the left-handed batsman in Mark Gukaran. So there are 4 fielders on the boundary. 4 fielders on the boundary. And now they are outside the power play, and David has to come in. That's a young David at square leg, because they have to have 4 in the circle. So 3 out. Here is Wadawa to bowl to Kishon, who is again, and because they're not timing the ball, they're looking to hit the ball hard, and they're not timing it, they're just hitting the ball. You know, back in my day, I don't know what you call it here, but we play pong down.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's hitting the ball straight in the way.
Yeah, should have been placed.
Here is Wadawa to Richardson. That's a wide delivery outside the line of the off stump. The umpire watches it very keenly and says, no, that's legal. That's very legal, Richardson. No, the line is only there for a guideline for me. Here is Wadawa to bowl to Richardson, bowl to Richardson. Richardson's hitting this one and back down the ground. They have gone for one. That's all they're going to be. Belazar comes off the long on boundary and field. Richardson is on to 14, and the total moves on to 34. Score 34 for 1. 34 for 1. Score has very much slowed, and just like what we saw in the St. Martin innings, in the J Spartans innings, when a wicket fell, it's then the scoring rate was halted.
Yeah, halted, yes.
So all 4 fielders in the circle are on the offside. Here's one on the onside. They're going to get runs here. They've gone for 1. We'll come back for a second. This is going to be easy every day. Every day, all 4 fielders in the circle are on the offside. For the right-handed Mark Gukaran, who moves to 4, and the total moves to 36.
See, put his hand up.
One shot. One shot is the call. So Gukaran is on 3, and 35 is the score. This one he's looking to cut. It's straight to the man at backward point. No run resulting. So the score is 35. Can't afford to be running short. Radha to bowl to Gukaran. Gukaran is hitting this one down to the man at long on. He is going to be caught. He is going to be caught. Hakeem Charles takes the catch. Mark Gukaran goes. And it's a 35 for 2. 35 for 2. 25 it was for 1. 10 runs later, it's 35 for 2. Mark Gukaran goes for 3.
That's a very good catch indeed. And then, John, if you notice, the fielder, he had the cup.
The approved man, the reverse cup.
That's right. And held on to an easy catch. Ball was hit almost straight to him. And he accepted the catch. So the Revolutionaries, they're going to have to settle in quite well and see what they can do. As we mentioned earlier, they are 1 man short.
And Kensik, what we notice here is it's not common sense batting. The fielder is on the boundary. The 4 fielders in the circle on the offside. Had he pushed the ball down the ground, just push it with soft hands, he could have gotten 2. Then put the pressure on the captain to bring the man at 3/4, then hit it over his head.
Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. Yeah, because as we keep saying, there are only 7 fielders. 7 fielders as we can see.
And if he doesn't oblige, if you can continue to take 2s, 4 2s in the over, it's 8 runs.
Yeah.
You're right up there. Is it that we are not seeing the same as they are through the same lens?
Well,
so the new batsman is Rolando Wright. That looks like Rolando Wright. Yes, Rolando Wright, who will do battle alongside Richardson.
And incidentally, that was the end of the over.
Yes, end of over
overs.
number 6. And over some 2 runs game. Well, do you think that they're going to make 65?
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Keithstone
Get some
Richardson.
tight bowling here. That will be the problem.
If Keithstone Richardson gets going, Keithstone Richardson can single-handedly take this game away from the J Spartans. But J Spartans will have different ideas. He has not been hitting the ball very well. Most of the time when he doesn't start positive, it doesn't end good for him. It's Ramraj.
So we see they were waiting on the youngster to come inside the circle. So we have 3 on the offside and 1 on the onside within the circle.
Yeah, he's Ramage to bowl to Richardson. Richardson is driving back down the track. Ricochets off Ramage. They've gone for 1. Right, it's just that time of year. So I won't say what he's doing down the track, but it's that time of year. He's be practicing to go on the stage at some point. 1 to Richardson. He moves to 15 and total moves to 36. So Rolando Wright, the new batsman, comes on strike over number 7. Over number 7, it's Ramraj to bowl to Rolando Wright. Wright taps away. Waits for Ramraj. When Ramraj gets there, Wright is coming forward and looking for a single. This could be dangerous. And Sherwin Peters didn't take it up cleanly. And he has a bullet hand on him and a very direct hand. Oh, had he taken that one up, that could have spelled curtains for Wright. But he's off the mark. Right, he's on 1. And the total moves on to 37. 37. Scorer? Right there, 37. Wright is on 1. Richardson is on 15. 15 from 15. And he really has to step it up. Here is Ramaj to Richardson, who is driving down the ground. Wadwa is down there. And one of the better fielder on the St. Martin side, on the J. Spartan side, is Wadwa.
And John, what I observed too about these teams, almost all the teams are short by men this season. Don't know what's the problem, but I know that when you come over from St. Martin, you have to catch the ferry, but at least, you know.
Here is Ramraj to bowl to Wright, bowls to Wright. Wright is looking to give himself room, hitting this one down to long off. David comes off the boundary and fields. Wright moves on by 1 to 2, and the total moves on to 38. 38. They're just limbering along.
That's exactly
limping along.
Guess they're waiting till the late overs.
Well, this is the late overs.
This is where you have to do what you have to do.
We are in the late overs,
That's right, because this is over number 7, I think.
We are in the late overs.
And it's only 15 overs.
Here is Ramraj making some adjustments to his field. All the men in the circles on the offside. Here is one that he's gone.
He's out stump.
He's gone, he's stumped.
Easy.
Kishon Richardson goes. He goes, he's gone, he's stumped by Williams off the bowling of Ramraj. And the Revolution sinks in further trouble. They are 38 for 3.
You know what is with that, John? You know what happened? The wicketkeeper gave him a signal for the ball to pitch the ball away from him. And Kishon still went down the wicket, he missed. So that's the end of him. So
Bagenot is going to be the new batsman, and the man in the hot seat is going to be Frankie Clarkson. Afterwards, from the man Kelsick, Frankie Clarkson will take up the ball by ball.
Yes, a very good over so far from the PA Spartans from St. Martin. Good going here, some 3 wickets down for the Revolutionaries, and it's going to be a fight. It's going to be an uphill fight because the Spartans, they are short by 2 fielders and they are still holding their own, Kaki.
Very much so. Bowling properly, keeping it right and tight. You want to get me, you got to come after me. And that is what happened just now. So we are 38. 38 it is. For 3. 39. 39 for 3. And it's the end of the over. No, not yet. 1 ball to go. So it is the bowler Ramraj. Playing and missing the new batter. And that is whom? Beige not. So who got stumped just now?
Kishan Richardson was stumped. Yes, a very good over there for the St. Martin Spartans, the GA Spartans. Getting the wicket there of the acting captain Kishan Richardson. He was well stumped. He was getting a floater, and not only a floater, but the ball drifted away from the left-hander, and he was easily stumped by the wicket-keeper. So it's 7 overs, and we have some 39 runs for the loss of 3 wickets, and the target being 145.
16.
Well, it's going to be the bowler here from Wadawa. He's going to take up the attack once more from the
Who's in your batter?
northern or the pavilion end, and he'll be bowling to the new batter, who is Beige Nut. Okay, Clarky.
Down the leg side, passes the keeper. It is going to be running away to the boundary. Will they get 4 wides? They do. So the score advances to 43.
That would be 5 runs.
39, 44.
44. Yes, that's one of the things that you get for the wide plus the 1 for the bowler. As Wadawa now to bowl, and he's placing that 1, and it was well stopped there, and could be a close call there. Good throw there. He stopped a little fumble there by the fielder, but he did well to stop it because he hit that 1 very, very hard indeed, and was able to partially stop it, but the ball ricocheted, and the batters were able to get a single.
That's right.
In goes the ball again, and that's one outside the off stump. That's White.
Right. Yeah.
And he played outside the off stump and misses. Clarky is doing the ball by ball.
45 it is for 3. Playing and missing again. That's a lazy shot.
Very much so, Clarky.
He's not pacing.
Very much so. If you're going to come across and play the ball.
Yeah. Right, who was the one who got the single, so he's on 4. Playing and missing again.
Tight bowling here by the GA Spartans, Clarky. Tight bowling.
Yes. You got to work for it. Yeah, it was right in delivery. And observe, my goodness, he's bowled. Beige Knot is bowled for naught.
That's a very good delivery, Clarky. That ball went between his legs. Very, very good delivery there.
He didn't come forward.
Just stay there and try to plod, as we would say. The ball getting between bat and pad, and he was bowled. Good delivery there from Wadawa. Very good going here. So another setback here for the Revolutionaries, losing their 4th wicket with the score being 45.
45 for 4. We are in over number 8, is it?
Yes, over number 8.
And the umpire is going to be calling for Water Cat.
Yes, halfway through, yes. After 8. And you see the Spartans, they're going to take some refreshments. See umpire Calvin Hughes going down to...
He's getting for his.
Waiting for his. And yes, we can see the guys coming there with the Water Cat. But this time the Water Cat he has the drinks in the box for the players. But all in all, so far, it's a good comeback here by the GA Spartans. 4 wickets down here for the Revolutionaries. The total they're chasing they need another 100 runs exactly, Kaki.
Yes.
Another 100 runs from some 8 overs, and that's 8, no, 7
7.
overs, from 7 overs. And that's going to be a very, very big task because Keyshawn Richardson was one of their main strikers in the absence of skipper Ashawn Hodge. But then the White is still there, and we know White can strike the ball very hard.
And we're not sure if Pauls is going to be able to bat.
No, he's not able to bat because I think they said that he was in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to get his shoulder back in place.
Yeah, because it was a funny fall. We didn't really see it. He was trying to retrieve the ball because the ball was over his head when he came for 6 over here on the left side of us.
Yes, and that's exactly. But I mentioned that to the guy who said it because I said we couldn't see.
We couldn't see
what happened.
No,
but he said
we only saw him come down
when
with
he
his
went
arm.
to throw the ball,
Yeah.
he realized that something
shoulder was out
of place.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's one of the things because we know Pauls is one of these fellas. He can hit the ball very, very well indeed. And we see the St. Martin players. They're around the water cat. They're being refreshed and no doubt talking with each other. As White is still out there. White is in the center and looking at things. And White will be joined by 40.
Hodge.
Well, White will be joined by the new batter. But all in all, listeners, we've got 7 overs to go, and the Revolution is they need another exactly 100 runs. So are they going to go at the runs or try to save the wickets? Because you have to go at the runs. Because if you don't make the runs, you lose. And if you're all out before the score, you still lose. So my advice is you go at the runs. Go at the runs. And just a while ago, we saw when the batter there that got out a while ago, he had 4 deliveries that he missed. And the other one was pitched on the center stump. And then he was just plodding forward and he was bowled between his legs.
Not a good approach at all by the batters. We had 2 caught.
Yes, 2 caught.
1 stump.
1 stump
one
and
bowl.
and 1 bowl. So it's 4 wickets down for 45 runs. 4 down for 45. Target as 145. And it's going to really take some batting because 7 into 100 is like what? 13? 713 is 91.
7 point.
13 point few runs. 13.002 or something like that or per over.
Yes, sir.
And you'll need some big overs here. Some big overs to get that other 100 runs.
Does Wright and Hodge have the capability? We'll just have to see. Or they may just be content in batting out the overs.
Well, I hope not. Because batting out the overs and not making the runs is a difference. But we know White can hit the ball if he gets going. But the
100 runs to make in 7 overs.
and the
Can the Revolution team make that score and head right into the finals tomorrow?
Wadwa is going to continue here from the pavilion end.
And Wadawa is bowling very, very well indeed, Clacky. Bowling very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Have yourself a drink in the meantime. Give the nerves. Don't worry. Be happy.
Spartans are very slow in getting back into their positions. Umpires are waiting on them now. Here he goes, Wadwa, into bowl to the right-handed Hodge. Lighted delivery, and he plays forward. Did he get an edge on that and come onto the pad?
I think so. I think he got an edge onto that because
Wadwa's hands were up.
Yes, he was. I believe he got an edge to that, Clacky.
Yes.
He was right up there.
So the end of the 9th over, is it?
No, the 8th.
8th. 45. 45 for 4.
Very good over there from Wadawa, in which he got the wicket, and he got the wicket there for the batter who was bowled for no score. And the tight set, the GA Spartans, they are taking a stronghold on this game so far. So it's another 100 runs, as we mentioned, from 7 overs, and we see that Maraj Ramraj is going to take up the attack from the southern end, Clacky.
Yes, making the adjustments necessary, knowing that there are two fielders short. I hope little Mr. Man there, Mr. Skelly, keeps keeping an eye on his daughter. I don't know when a ball is going to come that way. It's a good ball indeed, played back up by right, and there is no run. He's bowling from Central Polyclinic end, or the southern end of the park. Right arm spinner. Comes in, right a delivery, looking to go hard at it, is right, missed it completely. Keeper just stopped it in front of him. No run. We're into over number 9, and it is 45 for 4. In comes Ramnaraj, and he's appealing, but the ball has gone into the offside. Fielder, they're doing a little footballing skill, and that's a run.
That's a run, yes.
So he goes on to 4, is it? And the score on to 146. 146 for 4.
No, 46.
46 for 4, sorry. I said 46 and then I said
146.
46 for 4. Over number 9 we are in. Amraj, and he fields to his own bowling. There is no run. From the southern end, in comes Amrat. Right, the delivery is going across and he's bowled. You better put on your pads. And Tony is back. My goodness. It is 46. 46 for 5. We're into over number 9. Welcome back, Tony. Hope everything went well.
Yes. Went very well.
The Revolution is in bales of trouble.
Yes, it'd be interesting to hear, Frankie, how much the GA Spartans would have scored, because when I left, I heard balls sailing over the boundary and rolling over the boundary. So it's quite interesting to hear what score they would have set the
144 to get 145.
144 to get 145. Quite a very good score. And as by the...
And wickets were tumbling in between, so, you know. Yep.
So by the look of things here, it seems as though that the Revolutions might have lost most of their batters, and are in a spot of bother here trying to get into the finals. And you said over number 9, was that it?
Over number 9, yes.
Over number 9. So 6 more overs to go and still quite some distance.
Peters got 54, David got 31, Carty 29. Those were the main contributors. They got to 144 for 5.
So they've got quite a bit to do. And yes, so they've got their work cut out.
Is this trick, right?
Yeah. It's in the right hand side down there.
So it's Ramnarat. Gonna bowl to the left-handed Hughes. Hodge did not trouble the scorers. He went bold. Hughes is off the mark. He's got 1. Go on to 47.
Yeah.
So the Spartans, they are very much large and in charge here. The Revolutions not doing as well as they would have liked. losing some 5 wickets. And is that the captain Hodge out there still batting?
Hodge? No, right.
Oh, that's right.
Right, and he was at the wicket.
Oh, yes, Carlisle, yes. And that's right. A big heave of it. Ball appears to be coming off of the edge of the bat and rolling just where a short fine leg would have been. And the batters cross for a single, which takes the score on to
49.
49 for 5. 49 for 5. And that's at the end of over number 9 scorer.
Yes.
Yes. So after 9 overs, the Revolution in some serious trouble here. Still just trying to get to 145. And that looked like it's going to be. Is that Casey Carty going to take up the bowling from the pavilion and scorer?
No.
That. Okay.
Yeah, 2 men short.
They're 2 men short.
Yeah. Wadwa.
Oh, Wadwa. Yes, Wadwa. A bowling leg spin from the commentator's end. First ball played into the onside. The bowler himself following through and retrieving. No run scored. It's here is Wadwa again. A big heave there outside the off stump there, missing everything. Is that the batter there? His name there again? Wright, Rolando Wright. Yes, Wright. Yes. Missing everything. Here is Wadwa again. Outside the after back foot punching into where point would be fielded there by the fielder. No runs can be scored. Again, if you're just joining us, it's cricket, lovely cricket here. Anguilla Premier League. Here is Wadwa again. Runs in, tosses up. This time the batter comes forward and just stretches and plays it into the onside. Wadwa running all the way where a mid-wicket would be there to prevent, but not before the the batters could pick up what they would have had 2 runs to the score. So the score goes on to 51. 51 for 5 in over number 10, with Wadwa bowling from the commentator's end, the pavilion end, tosses balls from hand to hand again and delivers, and it's a big heave outside the off stump. And he's clean bowled actually. Bowler cock a hoop in there. The batter can't understand what would have happened. Is push that legs outside of the off stump and not reading the delivery well, and was bowled almost behind his back there for how much runs he would have made there, scorer? 6. So Wright goes for 6, bowled by Wadwa, the leg spinner there, for 6. And for the spot of bother, the Revolutions lost their 6th wicket at 51, Frankie.
51 for 6. Dismal situation. They lost Hodge for 17. Yes, Yusuf Hodge. We had 16 there to Richardson, 3 to Gukaran. Wright just gone for 6. Both Bejnat and Damani Hodge went for 0.
Yeah, so not troubling the scorers at all. And the new batter coming to the crease now, Lawrence. Burley Lawrence coming to the field, and he will be picking up strike. How many more balls left in the over, score? And he'll be facing the final delivery of what was over after he would have clean bowled Right for 6. Field goes back, And Wadwa is bowling to a field 3 on the onside, and they've only got 4 men on the offside, knowing that they're playing without 2 players, but so far they have done very well. Here is Wadwa, runs away from us, tosses it up. A big heave again, go there by Lawrence, and he misses everything, and that's the end of the over. There we saw the wicketkeeper there probably just gesturing something there, but that was just a big heave for there. Frankie not taking his time to look at the delivery, not getting to the pitch of the ball at all. Maybe just saying, well, let me swing for the fences and let's see if I can connect to put some runs on the board, Frankie.
That's true. I thought he was bold, but the keeper seemed as if he had gone for the stumping chance, but he left his foot anchored, you know. And
so after 10 overs, it's 51 for 6. The
Avians will be coming for you.
The General Otter Spartans out of St. Martin, who have been taking part in this tournament, they would have played some very good matches so far. Lost the occasional game in between.
And
I
don't know if he wants anything.
They have really set themselves up here to be in the finals tomorrow against the Foreign Stars, the bowler, a new bowler coming from the Polyclinic end, and we probably might be David, but we are not so certain. He runs away now, gentle off spin, and right on target. That Hughes just stands up straightly and pushes it back down the pitch. The bowler fields to his own bowling, and there is no runs. But the man at deep mid-wicket, here is it, tosses up again. Hughes trying to punch off that back foot, but getting on the edge. Ball just hitting the gong and bounced into the gloves of the wicket keeper. Tosses it back to the bowler. Again, from southern end. Tossed up this time, Hughes on the back foot again, punches it out there to the man there at long off there, but can't prevent the single, and Hughes scores. Hughes scores scorer. Hughes is on 2.
Yes.
Yes, Hughes is on 2. That takes the score on to 52 for 6 in over number 11. Just had 3 deliveries in the over so far. That brings Lawrence on strike. Tossed up again a big swing outside the off stump, ball hitting the pad. Question been asked there of umpire Hughes, but he's not interested. And Lawrence lives to fight another day. So heavy offside field. Just got just 2 players on the onside. Again, tossed up Lawrence. This time punches over the off field and into the boundary for 4. Very well played shot there by Lawrence this time. There, Frankie, really reading the delivery well, getting to the pitch of it, just pulling that left leg out and punches it over cover there for 4 runs.
The bowler is playing with him. He tossed it up. So he's gotten a freebie as far as I'm concerned.
So
they could afford to play around with the runs.
Yes, they certainly have lots of runs to play with. Takes the score on to 56 for 6 in over number 11 of 15. It's the GA Spartans of St. Martin up against the Revolutions, who probably thought that they would have given themselves a chance to be competing in tomorrow's final. Here's the ball again, tosses up. This time Lawrence just waits on the delivery, pushes it out into the offside. The man from extra cover comes, fields, and holds on to the ball because That's the end of over number 11. So after over number 11, the Revolution chasing a target of 145 for victory. They are at the moment some distance back, just 56, with a mere 4 overs to get those runs, and with 4 wickets remaining. Clacky.
Well, the only thing they've got to do now is to play out the overs, get some runs under their belt, and come back tomorrow to fight for that other 4th place spot.
Well, yes, that's Peters, yes. Yes, so Peters will take up the bowling from Wadwa from the commentary's end, wearing number 24 on his back. Peters, half spin. Tosses it up. Hughes pulls that left foot back and pulls it for 4, somewhere around the corner area there, for 4 runs to take his tally onto 6, and 60 for 6 at the start of over number 12. Peters, generally medium pace, but this time maybe just feel, well, no need for me to be sprinting in when I can just jog a few paces and toss it up, just roll my arms over. Here's Peters again. Goes in, bowls to Hughes. Hughes after back foot punches into the covers. The man from long on gets across, but not before the batters cross for 2 runs. Takes the score to 62 for 6. Hughes moves to 8. And Peters will try again. Hughes taps away at the crease. Peters just gently rolling his arms over. Hughes then winds up and just able to just tug it there to the mid-wicket fielder there. And 1 run sad there by Hughes. He moves on to 9, and the score moves on to 63. Peters again. This time he's bowling to Lawrence after back foot and punches to the outfield there, and 4 good runs again there to Lawrence. So just biding his time and just punching it past the 2 fielders there for 4. Clacky, good shot there from Lawrence.
Nice shot. Put his body into it, threw his arms at it, and placed beautifully.
Yes.
He's got 2 fours now, yes, under his belt.
And 2 very fine shots as well. Peters, even a little bit of runs here away. And Peters
got
again.
runs to play with, so he's just playing around.
Here is Peters, tosses it up again. Hughes this time stretches that left foot forward and plays it down to the long off fielder there, who ran in and had a shy up at the stumps, but the batters had already crossed and into the ground. Lawrence goes to 9. The score moves to 68. Peters again tosses it up. Hughes off the back foot, and yes, he is out caught at the wicket there. So Peters, after a few lostly blows, been hit off him, and is that the end of it? Because, well, you see Lawrence coming, and well, that looks like that's it. Clacky, but is that the 7 wickets gone? Have we missed anything?
They won't be able to bat, so.
They probably must just said, well, you know, it's probably a mere formality now to really go to the overs. The light is fading us, and there's no way the Revolutions would have been able to score those runs of the remaining overs that was left for this encounter. So it will be tomorrow, God's willing, in the finals, the Foreign Stars versus the General Otto Spartans out of St. Martin. They will be playing for the trophy. The Revolution, on the other hand, they will have to be playing for the 3rd spot in this 14 competition the Anguilla Premier League T20 tournament hosted right here at the James Ronald Webster Park. We'll get the final scores for you before we put a wrap on our broadcast here this afternoon. We started just about maybe just before midday with the Foreign Stars versus the Masters. And the Foreign Stars, they would have batted and scored some 96 runs off of their rescheduled 15 overs. And the turn at bat, the Masters, they weren't able to get to that total, scoring just about losing by 27 runs actually, and seeing the Foreign Stars going into the final. Frankie,
Yes.
general thoughts on this game?
Spartans had it made. They batted well, had a good background in terms of the opening start, and then they built on it. The last wickets in the middle overs, but they built on it. But it was a score that was beyond the revolution. The way they started, there was no urgency in their batting, and then they lost wickets comparatively straight. 25, 35 for 2, 38 for 3, 45 for 4, 46 for 5, 51 for 6, and 68 for 7. That's the final score, 68. And they have 67 for 7. So tomorrow is going to be interesting. Both games should be interesting. Let's hope that all teams have a full squad and to climax the competition in a nice way. As you'll see some good cricket. Here's hoping that the crowd will come on out tomorrow to the finals. It's hoping that Carty can come back and show his display, show his experience today and the exposure he has gotten. You could see it in his batting, and it would do the youngsters a wealth of good to come and see him and to even have a chat with him. The crowd need to come on out and see him and support him. Stevens batted well, that's Peters batted well, David batted well, and Saunders didn't look too bad, but he needed to carry on. But they have won the game, made 144, and restricted the team, that's the Revolution, to 67.
So there you had it, folks. In the first encounter, it was the Foreign Stars over the Masters, winning by 27 runs. They go into the finals. In our second game, second semi-finals for this evening, saw the Revolutions coming up against the GA Spartans. It was the GA Spartans batting first and scored 144 runs when they would have asked the Revolutions to reply. They can only muster 67 for 7. We don't know the reason why there was just the overs was not completed, but like I said, probably would have been mere formality because they were so far behind. They probably would have just said it was more or less pointless to be continuing as the light was fading. So we were happy to be with you here on behalf of Radio Anguilla and the Class 92.9 FM and Mega Charles 54 on the YouTube channel, bringing the live pictures into your company. We want to thank you. We want to thank all of our sponsors on behalf of Mr. Franklin Claxton, Mr. Renford Kelsick, and Mr. John Millington. We want to bid you good evening until we meet again tomorrow, just about 10, 11 o'clock thereabout, barring no weather over the night. We will sure bring you the finals again. On behalf of Tony Fleming from the commentators section, we want to wish you all the best and good night. Back to Master Control. Thank you. Is it? Of course, very disappointed. You ain't know that? You ain't know that? Oh. Yeah, he said disappointed. I tell him if he ain't know.
I can't take my next step on the policeman.
Hopefully they're gonna have more.
From stars, President Peters, David, Casey.
Well, how much Casey made?
Something.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's easy, man. You can have Casey, Peters, David on one side in 27 angle.
And
Because they can't do whole angle.
mm-hmm. Book this Millington. You say Millington book?
This?
Yeah.
I might be.
Put it. Give me. Yeah.